Excuse me, JJ. Come over here.
Is that him? Is that your coach?
Yeah, he's walking on the field right now. I don't know what it is. One reason he plays with all of is this the box? He's over there. 8 or 4. The touches look like look at the touches. Class 2? Yeah. Oh, you guys have that together?
All this stuff is tied up against poles. I don't know what to do.
Fans, don't go home without your officially licensed FHSAA final souvenir. Whether it be a t-shirt, polo shirt, sweatshirt, or cap, be sure to visit the Team IP booth and purchase yours today. Official souvenir merchandise on sale now. For complete coverage of the FHSAA championships, including the FHSAA boys soccer finals, visit FHSAA.org, the official website of Florida High School Sports. That's FHSAA.org. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida High School sports at www.fhsaasports.com. Brought to you by Play On Sports, the official online partner of the FHSAA.
Hi there. We can't hear ourselves.
Florida High School Athletic Association promotes good sports.
Yeah, now we can. Can you hear us? Okay, now we can. Oh, okay.
Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or spectators will not be tolerated and are grounds for
I never received a credential.
The FHSAA reminds you to play strong, play hard, play fair.
So, okay. Okay. This is Kelly, and that's Dennis.
Hello.
Okay, testing 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. I have. Okay. Dennis. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, is that better? Okay. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 5 4. All right. Thank you.
What's happening? You guys good?
Okay. Thank you. That is correct. Wow.
Hit my car.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
I'll come back. I'll get a player.
Right. Okay.
I'm sort of like the radar. We just figured out our technical issues. We're able to do a show.
Okay, that's excellent.
Now we're happy.
Excellent. You're ready to go. Are you John?
I'm John.
You're John. Who's that?
Okay, that sounds good.
That was Mitch.
Okay.
AKA Ray.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. Now, what happens if, and it happened last week, when we can hear all your directions to the cameras? Okay. That's all right. Just little annoying at times, but that's fine.
It's going to be in your way like
Okay.
that? Is that okay? Cool. I wanted to keep it underneath just in case it rained again.
Okay, thank you. I have to take my hat off because the mic won't flip up if I keep my hat on. Okay.
A friend of mine at home wants to watch it.
That's bad. Close the Walker Florida. What's that? What the heck? Wait, what? Look at the case in the... Oh, I think it looks like Carson Pullman from here. Oh, that's it. Yeah, they're Tampa Central. They're not red though. They're no, their school colors are like yellow and red. I think that's cold too for them. Yeah, they look like they're down the road in this place.
Go far. Got plenty of those there. Yeah.
No, there's a lot of Tampa stuff right there. There's back up there. I don't really want to give up a seat post. Yeah, I'm not. No, we're sitting here. Midfield. I'm liking midfield. I'm liking the seats.
I like that.
Another son of yours that you're not telling us about? I know.
This guy
Did it, Fossey?
Yeah, it's okay.
Finish. So they're back from school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah,
How are ya? Good.
That's Matt. Oh yeah, you're right. That's what he's taking lefty and everything. Nah, man. No, it's already sold out, isn't it? I heard it was already sold out. My buddy's still coming out. I got him like I talked to Zach and he said it was already sold out. Yeah, Zach was going to give me one. He said Zach was going to say they were already sold out. would be JJ.
All right. Is Alexander going to sit down there with the rest of the Preparatory?
Spectators are reminded that only those individuals bearing appropriate credentials are permitted on the field during the FHSAA championships. Individuals without credentials who come on the field will be removed from Corbett Stadium and may be subject to arrest for trespassing. Please help us keep the field clear for student athletes and tournament officials. Thank you for your cooperation. The FHSAA recognizes Glossy Finish Photography, the official photographer of the FHSAA. To purchase photos of the 2012 FHSAA Boys Soccer Finals, visit the official photographer on the World Wide Web at glossyfinish.com. Florida Virtual School is proud to be the official online school of the FHSAA. With Florida Virtual School, student athletes can access over 110 online courses, increase their GPA, and learn at their own pace, all at no cost, from kindergarten through 12th grade. Learn more about Florida Virtual School course offerings as well as on-demand tutoring options by visiting our booth or finding us online at flvs.com.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it would, bro. That 11-3 is full academic scholarship everywhere, apparently. Yeah.
Also won't be able to
I'm so glad you're still sitting by that.
Where's your mohawk? I thought you didn't get one.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2012 FHSAA Boys Soccer Finals Class 1A State Championship game between the Evangelical Christian Sentinels and the Tampa Preparatory. This afternoon's game will be televised live on Bright House Channel 47 HD 1147 and streamed live on FHSAA. Check that. Streamed live on FHSAAsports.com. Check out the boys soccer page on the FHSAA website for replays of the game and how to order a DVD copy. For the sportsmanship, we also have Please courtesy around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and unwelcome at the FHSAA finals. Let's support the student athletes, the coaches, the officials, and your fellow fans with the respect they deserve. Thank you. Your cooperation is appreciated. And now let's meet the team. First, for the Evangelical Christian Sentinels. Visitors on the scoreboard with a record of 21 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. The non-starters. Number 6, Kevin Thorns. Number 8, Matthew Fox. Number 9, Grant Young. Number 11, Mohammed Aryan. Number 15, Grant Lee. Number 20, William Lunsford. And number 21, Santiago Sanchez. And now the starters for the Sentinels. In goal, sophomore, number 1, Davis Darabin. At defense, sophomore, number 3, Riley Escalia. At forward, freshman, number 5, Hunter Fox. At midfield, senior, number 7, Caleb Barnhouse. At forward, senior, number 10, Dylan Lynch. At defense, senior, number 12, J.J. Claypool. At midfield, freshman, number 14, Grayson Wilkes. At midfield, senior, number 16, Joshua Chapman. At defense, senior, number 17, Michael Higgins. At defense, senior, number 18, Patrick Conrado. And at midfield, senior, number 19, Andrew Albright. The head coach of the Sentinels in his second year is Richard Wood. And now let's meet the Tampa Prep Terrapins. First, the non-starters. Number 2, G.T. Gonzalez. Number 3, Michael Perez. Number 6, Ralph Trower. Number 8, Chris Sotoresis. Number 13, Greg Sugley. Number 18, Ben Bush. Number 19, Gustavo Diaz. Number 22, Garrett Grove. Number 22, Harrison Horton. Number 25, Addison Ignacio. And number 26, Yusef Sabor. Now the starters for the Terrapins. In goal, freshman, number 1, Dean Pettis. Forward, sophomore, number 4, Michael Spiza. Midfield, senior, number 5, Rodrigo Diaz. Midfield, senior, number 7, Zach Adair. Forward, senior, number 9, George Hayes. Defense, senior, number 11, Zach Marico. Defense, senior, number 12, PJ Fields. Midfield, junior, number 14, Shady Duadar. Midfield, freshman, number 16, Andrew Samuels. Defense, junior, number 17, Maxim Pritchard. Defense, sophomore, number 20, Oscar Scarpa. The head coach of the Terrapins in his fourth year is Doug Smith. Our officials for this afternoon's match from the Mid-Coast: Bob Demick, Abu Kamara, Joe Goldian, and Monkef Adiji. And now, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Like, those Candleberry. I'm like, and I thought it down the field, right? One time, and I was like, all right, that's close enough. We're going to do it.
What you're seeing is an overcast sky here at the University of South Florida. It stopped raining about 45 minutes ago, but the field is wet. That's not going to dampen the spirits of these two teams. We have the Terrapins of Tampa Prep and the Sentinels of Evangelical Christian. As you can see, two pretty evenly matched teams record-wise as they go for the Class 1A State Soccer Championship. I'm Kelly Neff along with Dennis Sturflinger, the head coach of the boys at Freedom High School right down the road here. Well, Dennis, what does a wet field do to change your plans for a game like this?
Well, you know, wet game tends to make the ball obviously more slippery. The players just have to be prepared and ready to make adjustments as the ball moves around the ground.
Now, as far as the footing goes, with the equipment they have, the shoes they have, is that going to be a problem?
Well, there's a couple different style cleats that the players can wear, and it just depends on whether they brought their long studs tonight. They might be making an adjustment at the water break or at halftime.
Jordan Hayes, the leading scorer for Tampa Prep, and the leading man to watch for is Dylan Lynch for Evangelical. All we have to go by are their stats, but it certainly looks like Dylan Lynch is a lot more active, 159 shots this year.
That's correct, yes. He's looks like he finds his way to the goal and is able to get a number of shots off per game, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does this evening.
Now, with you as a coach right here in town, have you played either of these teams at all?
We have not played either one of these teams.
What do you expect? Do you think the little bit of the history of Tampa Prep might play a part in this?
Yeah, they've definitely had a strong history in the state tournament, but we'll look to see if this can be an evenly played match on both sides and look for it to be a great game. Now,
to prepare you for the broadcast today, you will see the Sentinels in red. It will be the Terrapins of Tampa Prep in white. They're 18-4-1. Jordan Hayes, as you can see on the screen right now, is actually he's going to hand the ball. He's going to start the game right from the midline. It stopped raining, but some of the fans here are still protecting themselves because it's a little damp. But like we said, it's not going to dampen the spirits of these two teams. Tampa Prep hasn't, well, they've won a number of championships. They're four-time state champions, but they have not won in the last 4 years as they get the clock started at the 40-minute mark, and we're just about ready to go. Well, last week, Dennis, we saw the girls play, and that looked pretty aggressive. Is this going to be more aggressive, you think?
I would expect it to be very aggressive. I would imagine the teams getting this far, they have to play at some level of physicality throughout the tournament, so we look them to continue tonight.
Now, is or are the rules, or any of the rules different from girls to boys?
No, all the rules are the same for both male and female.
Well, we're checking things out on the sidelines by one of the officials and making sure that everybody is in position and we are ready to go. The goalkeepers for Tampa Prep, Guy Pettis, and the goalkeeper for Evangelical is Davis Dardaman. Dardaman, we'll talk about throughout the course of this broadcast, a very, very good goalkeeper as far as his statistics go. Well, the fans, you can see, are certainly all pumped up and ready to go. We won't see the sun today, but I'll tell you, for a while there, I was wondering if we were going to be able to even see the players, as much rain as it was coming down. It was very, very heavy there for a little while. Well, your team at Freedom had some success a few years ago. You played in the state championship. Now these, what do you think these coaches are going through right now?
It's an exciting time, and I would imagine we only reached there one time, but I would imagine it doesn't matter how many times you reach the state finals, it's still going to be a high level of excitement for not only the players and coaches, but the school and the entire community around the school.
Even though Coach Doug Smith of Tampa Prep has a state championship, the Butterflies still come back, don't they?
I definitely have to imagine it would. I couldn't expect anything else.
Well, we have a delay right at the start of the match today, and we're about ready to get the signal, and the officials ready to go, pointing to the other officials, and we're all set to go. And we are underway. Going from our right to our left will be Tampa Prep. Right away, they keep it in their zone. Going to get the ball. Well, what's going to come over to the near side? It goes out of bounds. Tampa Prep will play it in. The key is just keeping it to your end, right?
That's one of the keys. Maintain possession and hopefully open up some possibilities for some runs and some scoring chances.
That was Jordan Hayes, the young man we were talking about during the pre-match. conversation as they position themselves now for the corner kick. The ball's butted out of bounds. It'll be played once again by the Terrapins. 40-minute halves.
This is where teams can be very dangerous. This is one of the things that not many coaches like to see, is having the corner kick coming against them.
Now, why do they place it right on the edge instead of right in the middle?
They have any option inside that arc to go ahead and set the ball to put it in play. It just has to be somewhere inside that arc.
Couple of shots defended by Evangelical. As the ball comes out to the midfield, Evangelical has his first opportunity to attack in this ball game. However, Tampa Prep takes it right back again. Defensive play by Joshua Chapman as he keeps the ball from coming across midfield. Tampa Prep is going to watch the ball go out of bounds. Wet field will slow you down a little bit, but those kids with speed are still going to be pretty speedy.
They're going to be even more dangerous because they know what they're doing with the ball, and they're going to make a cut, and then we might see a lot of slipping on the defender's part this evening.
High kick comes up in midfield. Fight for it. Terrapins on defense now as they now get the ball out, clear it. Evangelical on the near side, trying to keep it from going out of bounds and cannot do so. Well, the Evangelical goalie has he's given up less than a goal a game.
That's pretty impressive. You're playing against good competition, especially here in the regional and state finals, so it's a good stat for the goalkeeper to have.
It's only a stat that we have our games played and goals scored. 0.85 is his average, and 12 shutouts throughout the course of the season. There's the attack by Tampa Prep with the ball kicked out of bounds. Tampa Prep's Michael Spiza will have the corner kick on the far side. Lights are on, but of course it'll be a while before they really take effect. Spiza on the corner kick. And they get the save, and then it goes in anyway. I thought they had the save, but it went off his head and into the goal. So Tampa Prep scores first. Not much a goalie can do on that one, huh?
Not at all. Like I said earlier, when they took their first corner, that's a dangerous situation to be in on the defensive end of that corner, and the Terrapins were able to capitalize.
That's a lot of area for a goalkeeper to have to defend.
I can't imagine being in that position. I never was unfortunate enough to play that position.
We were talking before we went on about lacrosse. They have a much smaller goal. I bet you these goalies would like to have one like that.
Exactly.
Now with the ball, Evangelical Christian trying to keep it inbounds, but they kick it out, and Tampa Prep will play it in. Well, Tampa Prep had 9 shutouts this season, so apparently their goalie, Guy Pitas, their main goalie, at least the one that's starting tonight, big part of that season for them. Just in front of where our location is, ball is put back in play. Far side, that is Maxon Pritchard. Pritchard gets it to the Tampa Prep end of the field. Ball goes out of bounds just in front of the bench. As you can see, Evangelical Christian tries to get the ball. Now they go on the attack. You know, one of the things, Coach, we were talking about is speed, but of all the things that a soccer player must possess, is speed the most important?
No, they definitely have to be able to control the ball and have good foot skills. If you can't keep the ball at your feet, you're going to end up losing possession, and that's the last thing that you want to have happen on the field.
Now, those types of things, though, you can kind of teach. You can't teach speed, but you can teach the other things, right?
Exactly, yes. So you can work through the technical and tactical parts of the game with the players, but definitely can't teach speed, size, or strength.
Now, when you do the preseason things, that's pretty much what you concentrate on, is the techniques and the control of that.
Well, it's different here in the high schools because you have a certain time when you can start with the ball and do skill level activities. So most of the stuff in preseason is going to be conditioning and fitness.
conditioning is a big part. I mean, you run up and down that field for 80 minutes, and you better not be winded towards the end. Somebody will take advantage of it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And the teams that aren't in good shape tend to lose games late in the game.
Here's Tampa Prep in the far corner. Nice move.
Very good move.
Unfortunately for him, it's kicked back out. Tampa Prep on the attack. Near side, that is Zach DeRico. DeRico with the left foot kick. And we have a whistle.
Again, now we have another dangerous situation with the restart here from Tampa Prep.
And Tampa Prep's number 11, that is Zach DeRico. DeRico with just the one goal all season long, but he'll be putting the ball in play near side. 34:02 left to play, first half. Nope, he's not going to put the ball in play. It's going to be Michael Spiza. Ball cleared. Evangelical Christian can't keep it going. Now they have the ball right towards midfield. Nice move there by Caleb Barnhouse to clear the ball. Now it's back in the other half of the field. And Tampa Prep goes on the attack, but the ball goes out of bounds. So do you see either team being more tentative than the other right now?
Right now it looks like Tampa Prep's in control a lot of the play in the midfield, and they're able to sustain attack on Centennial's half. So we'll see if this changes here after maybe the nerves calm down for Evangelical Christian.
No, they've never been in the finals, so I'm sure they're a bit nervous and a bit uptight right now. That goes away, though, after a few minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's hard to start nervous. I think that's the way our boys came out a few years ago, and it was hard to pull out of that. We'll see what happens tonight. Did
you get down quick in that one?
Not quick, but it was hard to develop and maintain any type of possession because of their nerves. And you could tell it wasn't the same team that we played the regional finals with.
Here comes Tampa Prep trying to clear it. They're going to get the long kick down to the defenders at the other end. Little block there at midfield. Ball goes out of bounds. Tampa Prep will play it in. Sometimes you just kick the ball out of bounds on purpose just to regroup, don't you?
Sometimes you have to, as long as you don't do it too close to your own goal.
Here's the ball now, Tampa Prep. Again, working from our right to our left. Andrew Samuels off to the near side. Here's the, nope, good defense. Number 12, J.J. Claypool, but Tampa Prep maintains control. In the crease, and there's a collision. And so Evangelical Christian will play the ball in at the 32-minute mark of the first half. Kellen F. along with Dennis Derflinger, a rookie. You're new at this, huh?
I'm very new at this.
Well, it's a fun way to spend an evening.
Oh, that is. Getting to watch some good soccer games.
Yeah. Plus you have all day tomorrow, too. All right, they put the ball in play once again. Everything seems to be at the Tampa Prep end of the field. Here's Rodrigo Diaz. His shot attempt is caught by the goalie, Dardeman. Dardeman with the save. And he puts the ball in play again. That's a pretty long shot. You usually don't see him that far from that far out. You can't maintain the speed of the ball, can you?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. You got to put definitely the right pace on it if you practice, but not many practices are probably held in these wet conditions on the field that's cut this short. So we'll see how that affects the teams tonight.
Do you sometimes practice on a wet field if you can, just in case you have to use that during the season?
I think just by nature, I mean, it depends on the season, if it's a rainy season or not, but most teams will end up practicing some in wet conditions.
Here with the ball at midfield, Tampa Prep keeping the ball in their possession. PJ Field into the front court, and we have a whistle.
That was an offsides call. The player a little bit ahead of the ball there before it was played.
Now how many guys can be ahead of the ball?
Well, offensively, only the person carrying the ball can be behind the last defender. They try to play a through ball, but Jordan Hayes was a little bit offsides before the ball was played.
Now one of the few times we've seen the ball at the Sentinel end of the field. In the far corner. Trying to mount an offense. They haven't been able to do that. Not sure they've even had a shot yet, have they?
Not having a shot yet.
Here comes Tampa Prep behind the defense. That is Spezia, and Spezia is going to get his shot blocked. Spezia got it right into Davis Dardaman. So after that first, I'm not going to call it a fluke goal, but one the goalie really couldn't control. I mean, the goal they scored, he actually had it blocked, and then it trickled along by him.
Correct. Probably just lost sight of it on the ground. Going to injure player down.
Injured player right in the center circle. Keleneff along with Dennis Durflinger. So you being a rookie, is it a little apprehension about being on the air live like this?
A little bit at first. I'm starting to settle in a little bit.
That's Diaz, the injured player. Rodrigo Diaz. He's actually one of their leading scorers. They have 5 guys on this Terrapin team who have scored in double figures, and he's one of them. 10 goals on the season. He's now sitting up. Now, is there a rule he has to go out now?
If the coach has come on the field, he will have to leave, but I didn't see a trainer nor a coach come on, so he's allowed to stay in the game.
So Doug Smith's going to suck it up, as they say, and do a few deep knee bends and stay right in there. Doug Smith, the coach, said, let's just calm down, stay right in there. As Diaz gets ready to rejoin his team. 1-0 Tampa Prep. Just a little over 29 minutes to go till halftime. Would players rather have it cool like it is a little cool today?
I would think so. A little cool, but not too cold. So, ideally without the moisture, these are perfect playing conditions.
You played the game totally in the rain? Have you guys?
Yes.
Not fun, is it?
No, it's not fun at all. We'll play all the way through as long as there's no lightning.
There's the ball in play again. Evangelical Christian trying to mount an attack. Unable to get the ball is Grayson Wilkes. Ball goes out of bounds. They'll play it in. That's Evangelical. You see the ECS on their jerseys. Ready to play the ball in is Wilkes. Wilkes gets the ball into Barnhouse. Tell you one thing, this Tampa Prep team, very aggressive. Yep, that one's not going to result in anything for the Terrapins.
Very aggressive on the attack, and even when Evangelical Christian was able to build some type of attack, they've had Tampa Prep's had 7 players back to defend, so they're playing strong on both sides of the field.
Here we come on the near side. It is Chapman, but they can't get the ball to him. So right in the center circle once again is Michael Higgins. Tell you one thing about this Evangelical team, they have these great rainbow shoes. Every one has a different color. Oh, that one got by the defense. Here comes the goalie to kick it out. It's coming our way. Watch out. And they are going to keep it in play. Here once again is Chapman. And the ball goes right by everybody. I'll tell you, an attempt by Hunter Fox, but he just kicked air.
Yeah, I think the wet ground played a little havoc on the attacker there. Maybe if it was dry, he might have put that one in the back of the net.
Kind of skipped right over his foot, didn't it?
That's what it looked like.
1-0. Under 28 minutes left to go till halftime. Last week, the 1A girls and 2A girls played the first night, and the games weren't close. I got a feeling, well, you were saying you probably thought that most of the games this weekend are going to be pretty close.
I would think between 1 and 2 goals. Might see even a couple overtime, maybe some penalty kick games.
That's the way it was last week with the girls. The Saturday games were very highly contested. Ball on the near side right by the cameraman as the ball goes out of bounds. Keleneff along with Dennis Durflinger. How long have you been coaching?
Just finished up my 12th season this year.
Wow. All at the same place?
First 2 were down at Plant High School in South Tampa, and then when Freedom High School opened, I took the position over there and started the program.
Oh, you're the only coach they've ever had. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Here comes Evangelical Christian trying to mount an attack. Center the ball, but it's kicked right back out again. J.J. Claypool with the long kick. Goalie comes out and gets it and then gets undercut.
I wouldn't be surprised if a card doesn't come out right now.
Yeah, let's see. I didn't see one, did you? Wow, that's kind of like a clip in football. He really took him out.
It's going to either be a yellow caution or talking to right now. It just depends on the mood of the referee.
Now, could the defenseman could he have avoided that?
The attacker, it's hard to tell, especially in these wet conditions. You know, again, the water on the field might have played factor into it. But when the goalkeeper goes up and has possession of the ball, you can't challenge it and knock into him.
Do you recommend goalkeepers go up like that?
Oh, they have to. That's part of their job.
Okay. So he's probably done that more than once. That is Guy Pettis.
And in high school, when a player gets cautioned, they must leave the field, but the coach is allowed to substitute another player.
Now, do they have any kind of a penalty box or anything?
No, they're allowed to come in at the next legal substitution.
Okay. Here's Tampa Prep. Here we go with the kick to Diaz. Diaz, near side. Ball taken by Duadar. Another hand save by Dardeman. One of the fans is upset at you for some reason.
I don't know if it was me or the official. I'm not sure.
She was yelling at you. With the ball, it's Evangelical Christian kicking it out of bounds. I thought maybe she thought you had some control over what's going on out there.
We would have won a lot more games if I did.
Ball to the far side. As it's played in. Tampa Prep with the one goal early on. All the way down to midfield. Tampa Prep in the white still keeping the ball in, but it's kicked out of bounds by Evangelical Christian. As we mentioned, Evangelical Christian's never been in the finals. They've had some recent success, though. I mean, they were district and regional champions this year. They were district champions and regional semifinalists a year ago. So it looks like they're starting to build themselves a pretty good program.
It would appear that way. It's going to be exciting to see how they finish this year and if they can continue that short tradition in the next season.
Here they are in the state championship game, although they are down 1-0 right now. Tampa Prep with the shot. Another hand save by Davis Dardeman. Well, they're getting the shots. There's just not a lot on them right now. Ball head-butted by Dorico. In a crowd, Tampa Prep on the near sideline goes out of bounds. Evangelical Christian will play it in. We're approaching the 24-minute mark. Do you see anything that like Evangelical Christian can do differently to try and get a little more offense?
Right now they just need to maintain possession, play the ball in the space. They had some success on their one or two times they got the ball in behind the Terrapin defense by playing the ball out wide. So let's see if they can manage to continue a little more of that.
Here with the ball in the front part of the field. Evangelical Christian with a little trip there. A little no-no for Jordan Hayes. Hayes, who's actually the only player on this team who has played in every game this year. So sometimes with the sport as aggressive as this, Coach, you have to sit out a guy every now and then.
Sometimes more than you'd like to, actually. Sometimes you have to rest them to get them prepared for the next big match.
There are a couple of them that have played all but one or two games, but he's the only one that's played them all. Fans clamoring for an official's whistle, but not getting it. Ball kept in play and then kicked into the stands. Well, that answers that question. They do have to return the balls, not like baseball.
It'd be very expensive.
Here is Jordan Hayes. Ball run down by Michael Higgins. We're here at the University of South Florida. Your alma mater, right?
Correct, my alma mater.
They didn't play here, though.
No, they did not. They've done a lot of changes to the athletic facilities here. It's nice to see. Beautiful facilities.
Driving over here, my wife, who also graduated from USF, was really impressed with baseball and softball with new facilities and this. Oh. Ball still in play, far side of the field. As you can see, Evangelical Christian's going to kick the ball out of bounds. 22, a little over 22 minutes left to go. So you played soccer in college then, huh?
I did not play at the university. I played
you?
junior college in Maryland.
Here's the offense for the Terrapins. Another save. Nice one that time. That time, Dardaman really had to work at it. So who inspired you to get into coaching?
Actually, my high school coach, my high school soccer coach, Steve Malone, at the Andover High School in Maryland.
And you came down here just to go to college?
Actually, my parents retired, and we moved down to the Port Charlotte area. Spent 2 years down there, and then came to USF to pursue my degree.
Here on the attack. That is Stiza, and Stiza falls on his back. So, Florida high school soccer as compared to other states in the country, what, upper 10%, 20%?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
What makes it so much better? I know that last week we were talking with our the coach from Steinbrenner, Teresa, and she was talking about all the club teams. Now the boys have that too, obviously.
Yes, there's a abundance of clubs. Players are playing year-round pretty much, and that's going to bring up the level at the high school.
Ball is put into play all the way to midfield where it goes right out of bounds again. Kelly Neff along with Coach Dennis Derflinger. We will be here all this evening. Coach will be back tomorrow working with somebody different on Saturday. On the attack, Jordan Hayes. And it goes out of bounds. 1-0, Tampa Prep with the lead. Approaching the water break here pretty soon. Hydration break is the official terminology for it. So there'll be a timeout here shortly as the ball goes out of bounds again. And the officials decide they're going to have the hydration break right now. They try and get it as close to 20 as they can, right?
Correct, yes. They'd look for a time when the ball goes out of play and no one's really on an attack to go ahead and stop the play for water.
So we will take a break right now. We'll be back when the water break's over.
Ryan is proud to be the official ball of 2012 FHSAA Boys Soccer Finals. The soccer experts Brian has a fearless commitment to the continuing growth and development of the sport. From the FHSAA Finals to the NCAA Championships, Brian doesn't advertise on the field. Brian, the language of the game. Attention FHSAA fans. Sports Authority is proud to be the official sporting goods retailer of the FHSAA Boys Soccer Championships. Sports Authority, everything is every day. The FHSAsports.com is the destination to watch the best for the high school sports coverage. These championship games are being streamed live. Thanks to all friends and family and tell them to go to FHSAsports.com and watch all the action right now. Also go to FHSAsports.com for purchase DVDs.
Sorry about that earlier.
As well as newspapers.
I looked in more when that was up. It's like it's already
Riley Scotley is ready to put the ball in play. Kelly Neff along with Dennis Derflinger as we had our hydration break at the 20-minute mark, actually 20:13, excuse me, on the scoreboard. So Scotley will play the ball in play. 4 officials, Coach, each one of them has, do they have specific areas to watch?
Yes, they do. They have the side officials who will be in charge of probably the third of the field that they're on. The middle official controls most of the middle of the play. And then we have the substitution official, looks like over there on the side. 4 officials, unusual for most regular season high school games. We tend to use 3.
3, okay. At midfield, Tampa Prep has it. But there is no official like hockey that is right by the goal to ensure that the ball actually crosses the line.
No, that'll be the gentleman's job on the sidelines to get down in position.
Okay. Tampa Prep right in front of our broadcast facility. On the pass. Lead pass comes to Jordan Hayes. Hayes being battled over there by Riley Scotley. And the ball goes out of bounds. Approaching the 19-minute mark of half number 1. A lot of people bundled up in the stands, a bit chilly for Florida. Of course, with the two of us being originally from cold weather parts of the country. 70 in February is not much to sneeze about. Here with the ball, Tampa Prep. Evangelical steals it. Near side pass to Chapman. Chapman loses control of the ball on a skid by DeRico. On the near sideline. Tampa Prep. Yeah, we have a whistle as we had a collision. And we have an injured Terrapin. I'm not sure there was a real infraction there, was there?
It didn't appear to be. It looked like the Evangelical Christian player got all ball on that one.
Ready to put the ball in play at the 18-minute mark of half number 1. Tampa Prep going from our right to our left. They are the team in white. They have the only goal coming very early on in this first half. They've had a number of shots on goal already, whereas Evangelical Christian has not had their fair share. They're trying to set up an offense, but ball will be out of bounds. We were talking before we went on the air about formations, and I'm not, of course the defense has a lot to do with whether you can stay in formation, but what kind of a formation is Tampa Prep using here?
It looks like they're playing a 4-4-2, 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, and then 2 forwards up top.
Is that average?
I would say that's probably typical for most high schools.
Has it been hard to tell whether Evangelical Christian is in that same? I mean, we haven't seen them on offense all that much.
It appears that they are. It appears that they have 2 forwards, and they're also pushing up their outside mids to get into an attack also.
We're at the 17-minute mark of half number 1. We're at the University of South Florida. Teams practicing for, well, they will be warming up for the second game here probably before too much longer. On the near side, Shadi Duadar. Duadar in the back to Andrew Samuels. Get that thing out of there. Been down in the Evangelical Christians end of the field for quite some time, but they haven't had a shot yet. This may change though right here. And we have a whistle. Well, if you thought the Evangelical Christian fans were upset earlier, they were about ready to get themselves a shot, and a whistle blows. So off goes Grayson Wilkus. Near side, Diaz. Diaz, nice footwork. And Diaz is going to have the ball kicked out of his reach by Escali. Diaz has pretty good footwork there, doesn't he?
That was very good footwork. I'd like to see him challenge him a little more in the box, see if he can create a little more tonight.
Diaz, 28 shots on goal for the season. I would have thought what we've seen of him so far would have a little higher number there. Across the center line, Evangelical Christian trying to tie it up. And it's bad enough to get down 1-0, get down 2-0, and all of a sudden, as you might expect, things get doubly hard to come back from. Evangelical Christian losing control of the ball. They're used to scoring a bunch of goals in the districts and regionals. They scored. They won games 8-0, 5-1, 4-1, 2-0, 5-0. Now their state semifinal was tough, but they even scored 3 goals there. Do you guys have a good scoring team?
This year?
Yeah.
We were pretty good. Most of our matches were 1 and 2 goal games this year, so not too bad.
Keep that up, you'll get more gray hairs.
Exactly. I think I have enough.
Here's Tampa Prep. 14 and a half minutes left to go, first half. Near side, there's Diaz, young man we were talking about a moment ago. Barnhouse on the attack. Evangelical, here's a good chance for a score, and they took a wide. Michael Higgins may have hurried that a little bit.
A little bit, but they finally moved the ball out wide to their, it looks like, but their outside mid and had a clear shot at goal, just sent it a little bit wide inside netting.
So here comes the kick to put the ball back in play for the Terrapins. 4 losses during the course of the season. They lost 3-2 to Sarasota. They lost 3-1 to Tampa Jesuit. Lost 2-1 to Berkeley Prep. Ball out of bounds, near side. And Newport Richie Mitchell gave him a battle as well this year. We'll have a corner kick from the near corner. The field is situated with all the fans on one side and the team benches on the other side. As a coach, you'd rather have it that way, I would think.
That's the way my stadium's set up.
That way the fans can't get too familiar with the players and distract them. Evangelical Christian has the ball kicked away from him and up on that short hill on the far side. You can see at the top of your screen, it looks, I haven't been over there, but it looks like practice football field to the far side.
Yeah, that's a turf field that they put in recently also.
Now is this where the school plays their soccer right here?
Yes, this is their actual soccer stadium.
Because they don't have a permanent scoreboard is why I was wondering.
Yeah, I noticed that also.
Have roll one in on wheels. Here comes Gonzalez, but he can't get to it in time. Backs off and the ball's kicked out of bounds near side. Well, while you were going to school here, the soccer stadium and the track were the same facility.
Correct.
And now it's just track?
Now it's just track and field, I believe.
Ball put in play. As Evangelical Christian, who's gotten a little more aggressive. I think the butterflies might be gone by now.
It looks that way. It looks like they're becoming a little bit more physical, and I would expect the other side to match it.
Tampa Prep with more shots on goal, though. And more of the game has been played at their end of the field. Ball out of bounds. Tampa Prep will play it in. Just under 11 and a half minutes to go, first half. 2A championship game coming up a little bit later on. As we'll see the fans. Actually, there's another local school involved in that, so there'll probably be a pretty good crowd. Here's a shot attempt, and it's going to be thwarted by the defender. Ball comes near side. Fight for position. Tampa Prep kicks it out of bounds. There were 2 Tampa teams playing here tonight. I suppose there will be quite a rowdy bunch here.
Both those schools have great support, so I expect the stands to be filled in both games.
You know, with well, there's obviously different size schools in town, but you know, I was wondering how come you never played these guys?
It's just the way our schedule is actually set up. Unless they're in our district, our county tends to schedule the county teams first. And if there happens to be a vacant opening, you would end up playing maybe a private school.
Now, does a coach get any input as to what non-district games you can schedule?
Yeah, we can submit the teams that we're interested in playing, and the county does the best to try to put those teams into our schedule.
Of course, you want games you can win, but you'd rather play the tougher teams.
I'd rather play the tougher teams than games I know I'm definitely going to win. It just prepares you better for regionals.
There's Tampa Prep working the ball to their end of the field. Ball kicked over to the far sidelines. It will go, well, it won't go out of bounds. They'll keep it in bounds. Under 10 minutes left to go. Still 1-0. Ball cleared, but only to midfield. Yeah, now they'll bring it all the way back and start all over again with their offense. Near side, that's DeRico. So Tampa Prep will play it in. Kelvin F along with Dennis Derflinger, the first of 2 state championship matches tonight. Near side, DeRico. DeRico in the corner being double teamed. Stops the ball. Gets it in the left side to teammate who loses control. Nice slide kick, but goes right to Evangelical Christian. Tampa Prep with the ball into the field. Not going to outrun him. He's not going to get the shot off. Jordan Hayes just couldn't catch up with the ball. Hayes with 29 goals on the year. Has control over right now. Making a few divots of his own over there. Again, good foot movement by Diaz. Kick is going to be wide and out of play. Just about 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Looks like Rodrigo Diaz, who was injured earlier, has to go down on one knee. I think he probably has to be taken out. The young man only has one arm.
Yeah, I was reading an article about him earlier. He made the statement that he was trying to do other sports where 2 arms were required, so he decided to choose soccer, and it's a good thing for Tampa Prep that he did.
Yeah, he's a pretty good one. He's going to be replaced by Michael Spiza. Well, the umbrellas are coming up again, Coach. Now all we need is for those people to stand up in front of us, and the monitor will have to come on. With the ball at midfield, Evangelical Christian still trying to get that tying goal. And we'll have a corner kick on the far side. 2A championship coming up a little bit later. Berkeley Prep. Another one of the premier teams from Hillsborough County will be in action against, I think it's a team from Melbourne. We'll be talking about them a little bit later on, but you didn't play Berkeley Prep either, did you?
No, we did not.
Here's the ball on the far side. Kicking the ball away, J.J. Claypool. And at midfield, 2 guys go after it, neither of them get it. Here comes Grauer. Grauer taken out of the play and the ball kicked out of bounds. Well, Grauer, who did not start, has 5 goals this year, but he was stopped on that attempt. Now goalie Dardeman gets it to his teammates as they come downfield. Keeping the ball alive is Jordan Hayes. Now all the way back to the Evangelical Christian end of the field. Tampa Prep with an opportunity here. And the goal by Grauer. Ralph Grauer with the goal to make it 2-0. So does your strategy change now at all when you're up 2?
No, up 2 as coaches, we feel that's the worst position to be in, even though you're winning. There's still only 1 goal out. As soon as they get that first goal, then the other team has the momentum. Before you know it, you're tied up again. So they're going to have to put 1 more away at least.
So you feel a little more comfortable being up 3-0?
Yes. I would think most coaches feel that comfortable.
Just like baseball coaches like to lead 4-0. That way a grand slam can do nothing but tie the game. Here comes Evangelical Christian. Well, they got to get something going on the offense here pretty soon. Ball far side to Dudar down the far sidelines. Getting a good angle on the ball. Nobody there. Ball kicked out by Higgins. So it'll be played in by Tampa Prep. On the far sidelines. And we have a collision and a whistle at the far corner. Tampa Prep with that 2-0 lead now. 4 minutes to go.
Another dangerous restart opportunity for Tampa Prep here just outside the penalty area. Another good goal scoring opportunity.
Far side. Tampa Prep with 3 gentlemen right in front of the goal. 4 actually. And we are ready to restart. With the rain coming down, the players are going to have to be a little more cautious of that as the scoring opportunity does not materialize for Tampa Prep. We noticed on our camera angle they have the softball complex over. It seems like every sport has a field and a training field. Is that about like it is for every school now?
I have no idea. It's something new here at the university, and I haven't traveled to many colleges, but it's definitely a great step in the right direction for South Florida.
Campus is growing considerably. 3.5 minutes left to go first half. 2-0. Tampa Prep with the lead as we have the... Here's a look at the fields right there as we scan the far side. Look at all those, what they paid for in lights alone is tremendous. There's the football practice facility as we get back to more action. You can see the umbrellas up on some of the workers on the far side as the rain has returned to the University of South Florida. Ball played in. And right back out again. Tampa Prep up 2-0. 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. We'll take a break at halftime, and then second half action will Evangelical be able to come back? We'll find that out soon enough. They still haven't had many shots, have they?
No, they haven't. It's going to be important for ECS to try to put one in here before the half, at least make it a 2-1 going into the half. And on the other hand, it's going to be very important for the Terrapins to hold off any type of attack and not let them score one late in the first half.
7-zip is the statistic as far as shots. Is that what you have? Pretty close.
I'm a rookie, remember?
Gonzalez, if you're wondering why he didn't try to shoot that, there was a whistle. He had a wide open shot but didn't take it because there was a whistle. Sometimes our microphones do not pick that up. Under 2 minutes left to go, first half. At midfield, that is Spiza. Michael Spiza keeps the ball inbound. Spiza turns, comes down near our far side. Off on the wing, and we have a whistle again.
Another offsides call on the Terrapins.
Now, does the middle official call those all the time? I see he's called that one.
It'll be the side officials actually who are in charge of offsides, yes.
Now, is there...
Most of the time. Sometimes the middle official does call it, but it's rare.
Now, is the middle official the head official then?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go with the restart for Evangelical Christian. They get it all the way to midfield. Under a minute left to go in the first half. Tampa Prep on the attack, but it sails high and way out of play. I don't know if they're planning on seating on the other side, but the field's so new they just haven't gotten around to it.
I'm not sure if it's going to be permanent seating or just kind of like grassy area seating for overflow for students.
They draw pretty good for soccer here?
I've been to a couple games, and depending on when they play, yeah, they get a decent crowd out here.
On the play in. 15 seconds is all that's left. And I doubt if we'll get much offense going in these last few seconds as the teams are going to head on off to their respective corners as the first half comes to an end. So I guess in the second half you can improve on 0 shots. I mean, you're not going to score if you don't shoot.
Exactly. I would expect ECS to go into halftime here, have a couple discussions about some adjustments they need to make. Just from viewing the first half, it looks like the outside's wide open. If they can manage to move the ball on the outside and attack from behind the defense, they might increase their chances.
2-0 Tampa Prep has the lead, so at halftime we'll take a break. Kelvin F along as Dennis Derflinger. Don't go too far because in just a matter of a few minutes we will have a state champion crowned. 2-0 Tampa Prep has the lead at halftime.
Exclusive television homes for the FHSAA. White House Sports Network, the official cable partner of the FHSAA. Prime, the official building of the 2020 Tory Soccer. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Team ID booth to purchase up your officially licensed FHSAA Finals souvenirs. Official FHSAA Finals merchandise on sale now. The FHSAA is now on Facebook and Twitter at facebook.com/FHSAA become a fan. On the site you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the very best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA. Follow on Twitter at FHSAA. It's the news and live information on issues that are vital. Florida high schools. Be a fan today. You can relive all the action from today's championship game by watching a replay of White House Channel 47 HD 1137. Check out the boys soccer page on the FHSAA website for information on replays of the game. The FHSAA is proud to announce the Ball Club Company as the official supplier of championship rings for the Florida High School Athletic Association. All participants at the FHSAA State Championship events qualify for a championship-style ring. Visit Florida.com. That's balfourfl.com for the keepsakes that goes further.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Go ECS!
And we're ready to go for the second half, 2-0. As you can see the halftime stats, 7 shots for Tampa Prep, none yet for the Sentinels of ECS. 4 corner kicks for Tampa Prep, none for ECS. ECS has more fouls, 1 yellow card. You just had an argument with somebody about a yellow card. You win.
It was a discussion.
You win because there was a yellow card in that first half. Alrighty, so what do the Sentinels have to do to get things rolling?
Again, they're going to have to come out strong, be a little more aggressive, a little more physical, play with a little more intensity, and like I mentioned earlier before the break, they're going to have to get the ball out wide. It seems their guys are open out on the outside mid area, play the ball in, and hope for some good chances inside the box.
Jordan Hayes and Ralph Grauer, the 2 goals for Tampa Prep. And we're about ready to go for the second half. So the Terrapins, well, they content with the 2-0 lead. They should probably just play their game.
Correct. And you had mentioned just before half that Grauer came in. He had 5 goals, but I think that might have been the biggest one of his young career so far.
He had a couple opportunities. I'm not sure how many minutes he played, but he had a couple of opportunities and was able to score on one of them. The Evangelical Christians. Hunter Fox looks like he's going to be the one to play the ball in. You know, we talked about how well Tampa Prep has played over the years. They were state champions in 2005, beat Florida Christian 1-0. 2007, beat American Heritage 1-0. 2008, beat Providence 3-0. And in 2010, beat American Heritage 2-1. So they've only given up 1 goal in their 4 state championship finals.
Correct. Yeah, that's a fantastic statistic to have, and you can only hope that you continue that this evening.
Have you scheduled them yet for next year?
Like I said, we don't get the opportunity, but I would love to play them.
You guys have like scrimmages and stuff for preseason that you can?
There's a couple preseason tournaments that go along. And wait till we see the scoring chance here.
There's a
great opportunity.
And, nice shot, but it went sailed high. As Spiza could not get it to go. And Evangelical Christian will play the ball in. Still looking for their first official shot of the game.
Back to the comment we were talking about earlier, we could do preseason, also some special tournaments.
Tampa Prep leading it 2-0, just underway in the second half. Tampa Prep fighting for it right in front of our broadcast position. That is Duadar. Duadar will watch the ball change hands. Guess changing hands is not a good term to use in soccer. Changes direction anyway. Ball's out of bounds and ECS will play it in. Gallineff along with Dennis Derflinger. We are at the University of South Florida. It is the Class 1A State Soccer Championship. So far the physicalness of Tampa Prep has played a big part of it. We have a whistle on the far side. It was a bigger field. How much bigger is it than your regular high school field?
I'm not sure. There's specific dimensions that the fields can be, and they just have to fit in that criteria, so it can fit in any range. I'm not sure the exact dimensions here at USF.
Now, do you think they're longer and wider?
They're wider. They may be a few yards longer. They're definitely wider than the high school fields in our county.
Here with the ball, Tampa Prep.
That's a hard
and
tackle.
there's a tripping call. So when does fatigue start to play when you're playing on a bigger field? When does it start to come into effect?
I would probably imagine right around the 65, 70th minute to start to see the teams who are conditioned well.
So right around 10, between 10 and 20.
Correct.
Left to go. So watch for that, folks. Tampa Prep in the white, Evangelical in the red. Tampa Prep restarts, and they don't get the goal attempt. On the near side, Evangelical Christian on the attack. You can see the sky there a second ago. Still very cloudy, although it has stopped raining now. I think we're going to have some intermittent rain throughout the evening. You know, where they played at the University of Tampa, Coach, when you played, what was the configuration? I didn't see it. It's the configuration as far as seating and things like that.
It's very similar to this stadium here. The seating was all on one side, and then the player benches were on the other side of the field.
The Sentinels in red. Just can't seem to get anything rolling offensively. Ball goes right by Grayson Wilkes. Taken by Maxon Pritchard. Pritchard, one of the main players on this Terrapin team. As they try and maneuver around midfield. Not able to get a lot going now. They move, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Good movement out of the back along the side. Unfortunately, they were called offsides once again.
Now, you know, at Freedom, you said you opened up 12 years ago. Did you draw from different districts at the time, and just because of the population increase?
We've drawn, drew players from Wharton area and a few players from Gaither High School then when they redrew the lines.
Now, you were the coach that first year. Did you, like most schools, didn't have a senior class that first year?
We didn't have any seniors, and I think we only had 2, 3, maybe 4 juniors at the top, and only 3 club players at the time.
There's a wide shot. Oh. Even though it misses the goal or misses the area, it's still called a shot on goal, though?
Well, you call it a shot. Shot on goal is usually when it's actually on the frame.
Mm-hmm.
The goalie has to make a save or it's a goal.
So would we count that as their first shot then?
Probably not. Looking still be a little wide, and the keeper didn't have to make a save on the ball.
With the ball.
But we'll see what the judges say.
Okay, because we thought there was a shot earlier, and they didn't give anybody credit for it. Here's Tampa Prep, far side on the attack. And they are going to watch the goalie, Guy Pettis, take the ball out.
Some good opportunities for Tampa Prep here.
Now they keep the ball alive. Leading it 2-0. But it looks like ECS is going to take it right away. ECS at midfield. And the pass is going to be intercepted and brought back to the other end. This is Shadi Duadar. And he has the ball kicked away by Dylan Lynch. We haven't really talked a lot about Dylan Lynch. I mean, he's I don't know how unusual this is, Coach. He's led the team in goals and in assists. Is that odd?
That's sometimes odd. Sometimes you'll find a unique player that can do it all. They assist and they can distribute the ball and also score some goals. But he seems to be a unique player. They need to find him more.
Number 10 in the red, so keep an eye on him. Near side, it is Dudar. Dudar in the corner and watches it go out. Every tick of that clock, things are looking better for Tampa Prep to try and win the 1A state championship.
Again, their 4th corner this evening for Tampa Prep. They scored off of one earlier in the first half. Let's see if they can do the same here in the second.
Coach Doug Smith, very successful at Tampa Prep. Coach Richard Wood only in his 2nd year at ECS. Right in front of the goal, ball cleared. So what were you good at when you played?
Defense.
You like defense?
Yes, yeah, I liked it a lot playing. Wasn't overly skilled in high school, but I have intensity and played hard the whole time, so that's where they put me.
So is that what you try and coach more of on when you're on the sidelines?
I try to, but again, now the game attacking is really important, so we try to mix it up a lot, but we haven't had too many complete defensive players. A lot of the guys play offensive midfield on their club, so we have to make some players into defensive players.
Ball changes hands again. Evangelical Christian. As the collision on the far side, ball goes out of bounds. It'll be played in to ECS.
Looks like the official might have called a foul, so it looked like a restart here.
And on the far sidelines, it'll be ECS on the restart. This will be Michael Higgins. We were talking about how Tampa Prep has only had one player play in every one of their games. It's not the case with Evangelical Christian. They have 6 guys who have played in every game this year. I guess you can say that they haven't had a whole lot of problems with injuries, although there's only, well, I guess there are 4 other guys who have played over 20 games, so they've had a pretty steady lineup.
Yeah, that's good experience for all those players, too. The more you can get underneath your belt, the more experience you have going into the finals, the better off you should be.
Here the Sentinels will play the ball in. Tampa Prep kicks it back out again, and now they've mounted an attack.
Tampa Prep coming on the counter.
Good footwork again by Diaz. Leaves it for Duadar, and Duadar watches it go out of bounds. Just approaching the 31-minute mark, 2-0. Evangelical Christian has been down the entire game. Tampa Prep with goals from Jordan Hayes and Ralph Grauer. One early in the first half, one late in the first half. As the throw in on the far side. Here at midfield, Tampa Prep in the white. Pass near side comes to Maxon Pritchard. Pritchard gets it to Samuels. Samuels a pass off to Stiza.
Offsides. Timing's just a little bit off tonight.
That come from over-aggressiveness or just...
There's a lot of factors that play into that. The player who is distributing the ball has to be able to read that the player is making the run. If the player makes the run too straight, that's when offsides tends to occur.
Now with the ball played back in again. Yeah. Show of the crowd. Pretty good-sized crowd considering the weather's really been bad a good chunk of the day.
Looks like they may have brought a whole busload of students over here to our right.
Tampa Prep obviously right from here. Fort Myers isn't all that far away, just to the south of here a bit. Melbourne, of course, in the next game is going to have to come from one coast to the other. But when you get this far, you want to show support for your school. Here come the Terrapins. Terrapins lose control of the ball, taken by the Sentinels of ECS. On the far side, a race for the ball, keeping it in bounds, far side. Good defense takes the ball away, and there's a collision. As it looks like Zach Dorico pleading his case to the official.
Yeah, it looked like the player had a handful of jersey and pulled him down from behind on that one.
And Dorico will play the ball in. Tampa Prep looking for still another state championship. Be their 5th one. As the goalie. As Pettis is going to put the ball back in play at midfield. 28 minutes remaining, second half. As you can see, the lights have taken effect on the field now. And it'll be played in by Trinity Prep once again. Trinity Prep in the white. Sentinels of Evangelical Christian in the red. Evangelical Christian still looking for his first shot on goal in this entire game. One more goal and they'll really be in a bit of trouble. So they know they have to get this score cut in half. Ball goes to Evangelical Christian.
as I mentioned just before half, ECS wants to look to get that goal, one goal away, and Tampa Prep wants to put one more in the net to kind of make sure that they can win this game.
3-0. So there's a shot. There we go. Have the first shot on goal right there, but a save by Pettis. Or Pyrrhus, excuse me, not Pettis, Pyrrhus. Yeah, maybe that'll inspire him a little bit. First of 5 state championships to be decided right here on this very field within the next couple of days. Shetty Duadar will have the ball kicked away. It goes out of bounds. 26.5 minutes left to go. Talk about having to come from behind. There's still plenty of time. How many games do you win at the very last minute?
It can be done. I can't say that we've actually done that a whole lot, but you can expect it to be definitely an issue coming down the stretch here.
At this level, when you have the 2 best teams in the state, you can expect it to stay close. As you mentioned early on in the broadcast, 1-0, 2-0, and you've been right on track there. Sometimes you can get a mismatch, but not too often. Another whistle.
Again, Tampa Prep's going to have another restart opportunity. Look to send the ball into the box, try to get some tall targets in there and put this one in the back of the net.
Is height much of a factor?
It is on the restarts. But you also have to have guys who are aggressive and want to go up and get the ball and want that goal. You can have tall players, but if they're not aggressive, they're not going to help you out in the box.
You get to choose whoever restarts?
Yes.
Okay. Doesn't have to be the person closest to the play?
Anyone can take the restart on the field.
There's the kick, and it is going to sail, but it's going to be taken by Dardeman. Dardeman with another save. That will put the ball in play. And once again, Tampa Prep controls, leading it 2-0 on goals by Jordan Hayes and Ralph Grauer. For Hayes, their leading scorer, is his 30th of the year. For Grauer, it's only his 6th. And that one taken away by Evangelical. Now their fans starting to get a little antsy. We're under 25 minutes to go. Ball kicked out of bounds right in front of the Tampa Prep bench. Well, the skies are clearing up a little bit. It doesn't look like there's going to be any more rain tonight. Certainly looking forward to tomorrow when you might have a little sunshine for a couple games.
That would be nice. Anything, you can expect anything in Florida, though.
3A, 4A, and 5A coming up for you tomorrow. And you'll be able to get them all right here. Florida High School Athletic Association Championship of Soccer. And the ball stolen away. Nice steal.
It was a good play. See if they can mount something here on the attack.
Ball kicked away, but they still have it. A shot attempt, and the goalie came on. Nice job. Pires with the save.
Very good save. Aggressive keeper coming out, making a big save for the Terrapins.
Now that's what Evangelical Christian needs, some aggressiveness like that. Here comes Tampa Prep. Ball taken away. And near midfield is kicked out of bounds. Yeah, coming up tomorrow in Class 3A, Land O'Lakes and American Heritage. 4A, you have Fleming Island against Seminole. Class 5A, Mandarin against Cypress Bay. Any connection to any of those schools?
No connection at all.
So you'll be seeing those guys probably for the first time.
We played Land O'Lakes a number of times in the past in the regional tournament, but that's the only team we've really seen.
That's fairly close to here.
Correct, yes.
Here's another whistle at midfield.
Believe it or not, that's actually my hometown.
Oh, really?
Hometown, where I live now.
They make Land O'Lakes butter there? No?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, there's Land O'Lakes butter. We see it in the stores.
Quite possibly. I'm not familiar with the history, though.
22 minutes left to go. So you were at Land O'Lakes High School? That's your alma mater?
No, that's where I actually currently live. That's my residence now.
Yeah, because you're from Maryland. That's where you grew up, right?
Yes.
All righty, here we go. Back to more action. Tampa Prep trying to keep Evangelical Christian out of the crease. Ball's actually going off of the body of Evangelical Christian's player, and Tampa Prep plays it in, but Evangelical Christian gets it right back again. Fight for it.
Looks like ECS is getting a little more possession on the attacking half of the field, so hopefully that'll swing the momentum here.
They definitely need a goal. You don't want to be down 3-0. Coach is over there. Richard Wood, second year as head coach of the Sentinels. 21-2-1. Only losses were to Community School of Naples and LaBelle High School. Had a tie though. Clewiston High School tied them. Had a tie game of 2-2. Evangelical Christian. There's the pass, and they're not going to be able to get a chances.
Good through ball. ECS is creating some opportunities for themselves now.
Yeah, Dardaman, or Pyrrhus, excuse me, having to work a little bit in the second half. Here comes Tampa Prep. Can they catch up with it? No. Ball out of bounds.
Good pressure by the forwards of Tampa Prep, causing that ball to go out of bounds and getting a throw in here.
Ball thrown in to Diaz. Diaz forward pass to Pritchard. Pritchard. Nobody there. The ball's kicked out of bounds by Evangelical Christian. 2-0. We're at the 20-minute mark, and we are going to have our hydration break right here. So with the score 2-0, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Don't forget to go online and order photos for this game. Glossy Finish Photography will be able to put a photo package together for you. Go to glossyfinish.com shortly after the World Soccer Finals conclude and find your game. Glossy Finish Photography will take a photography of the FHSAA. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Team ID booth and purchase your official
Well, as you can see, a very beautiful green field here at the University of South Florida. As you see the stats, quite dominating by Tampa Prep with 10-1 in shots, 5-0 in corner kicks, and 2-0 on the scoreboard. You have somebody on staff keeps your stats during games, or do you just watch the film?
Yeah, the players do it.
Do they?
Yeah. Keep them involved when they're on the bench.
Okay. All right, we're ready for the throw-in near side. Maxon Pritchard will do the honors for the Terrapins of Tampa Prep. Coach Doug Smith, 4 years at Tampa Prep. He went to school at the University of Maryland. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, right there. Graduated in '96. A man from your neck of the woods.
Same graduation year.
Ah. Ball far side. Tampa Prep in pursuit. ECS trying to get it, but just can't seem to get the edge. The first of 5 championship matches this weekend, one of 2 tonight.
Good little move on the attack here.
Here we go.
Through ball into the box.
And the defensive play, they kick it out of bounds.
Cleared out for another corner for Tampa Prep.
So for the near corner to our right. The Terrapins will bring it in.
Tampa Prep's been dangerous on every corner they've taken this evening, so let's see if ECS can hold them off one more time.
And we have a whistle on the corner kick. Just under 19 minutes left, not a lot of time left. Terrapins trying to hold on. Evangelical Christians never won the state championship. Now here they're going to do the corner kick from the middle. And it is caught by the goalie. So Dardaman puts it back in play. But Tampa Prep again, much like they did in the first half, controlling things lately. Evangelical Christian had a little run there. Didn't score, but had some good opportunities.
It'll be interesting to see if around the 12-minute mark, if ECS starts playing with some sense of urgency, maybe change the momentum in this game.
What would they do differently at that point, do you think, if they're still down 2-0?
If they're still down 2-0 about that point, they might try to push up an extra attacker and move someone out of the defensive position. Try to create more opportunities.
Puts more pressure on the goalkeeper then.
Correct.
Here at midfield, Tampa Prep. All still kept alive. Terrapins still in control, far side. Although Evangelical Christian's going to get it down to the other end of the field. Tampa Prep will get the ball to the goalie and then bring it back out near side. Tampa Prep leading it 2-0. 2 first half goals. 17 minutes left to play here in this second period. Try and keep it in bounds, which they do.
Very nice control on the sideline, bringing that ball down, maintaining possession by Tampa Prep.
Kelly Neff along with Dennis Derflinger, head boys soccer coach at Freedom High School right here in Tampa, where the state championship is being played. Here's an
he's in the box, and he's fouled. It looks like we have a penalty kick coming up for Tampa Prep.
Well, this is where if I were a goalie, I'd start shaking a little bit.
Definitely a difficult spot for them to be in. They either have to be really good at reading the play or have to guess lucky.
Now, the person taking the shot has to be the one fouled, right?
Yeah, it can be anyone on the field.
Oh, really?
Correct.
Okay. Oh. So with 16-17 left to go. Yeah, let's see who's going to take this kick. Looks like Jordan Hayes. How much of a running start can you get on this?
Probably 10. I think he has to be inside of 10 yards. I don't think they can be outside the arc. I'm not really sure on that rule.
Here's a kick attempt, and it's saved.
Save. Very good save.
Dardaman getting a nice round of applause. There have been a couple other times in this game when things of that nature have happened to maybe think that you're going to get a momentum change, but Evangelical Christian hasn't been able to take advantage of that. Tampa Prep will run the ball down, but they won't be able to keep it in bounds. So that penalty kick looked like it was right at the goalie. I mean, you never know as a goalie where it's coming from, but it seems like the kicker could have got a little more English on it.
He could have put a little more pace on the ball, put it in a little harder, and might have gone in. Keeper just made a really good read and really good save.
Mm-hmm. And when you're the keeper on that, well, let's see what happens here. And when you're the keeper, do you look at the eyes?
There's some techniques you can use to try to figure out which way they're going. A lot of times their plant foot will give away the direction the player's going, their hip location, but again, it's really quick. It happens very fast, so it's a difficult thing to do.
Is it hard to coach goalies?
Yes. They're a breed all their own.
Oh, they're kind of like kickers in football, huh? They kind of go off by themselves at practice and work on their own.
And you're a lone guy inside that 6-yard box. You got balls being served in. You got to be aggressive with 10, 11, 12 other guys coming at you.
See where Tampa Prep has used 2 goalies kind of off and on this year in their season, even actually more than that, but 2 main goalies. Do you like to rather keep with one?
I personally like to stay with one just to give them as much experience as possible. But if you have 2 goalkeepers that are quality, it's good to give the second one a chance in case you have an injury.
And there's a goal.
Another one off of a corner.
Jordan Hayes with his second goal of the night. All right, Coach. Now it's 3-0. The whole thing changes now.
The whole thing changes. Not to say that Tampa Prep can stop playing because they got to keep playing their game, but as a coach, you feel a little bit of relief now. You feel like you got a comfortable lead and feeling good about the last 14 minutes here.
31 goals on the year for Jordan Hayes. Now, Evangelical has 14 minutes and 5 seconds left to do something. And the ball's going to be kicked out of bounds. So now if you're up 3-0, does your defense change?
Again, it depends on the coach of the philosophies. Some coaches will continue to play. It's kind of like the prevent defense in football. Sometimes it prevents you from winning. But they might drop an extra defender in and still maintain numbers up top to bounce out the attack.
One thing you don't want to do is get lethargic and just start kicking the ball out of bounds every chance.
Yeah, Tampa Prep's still going to have to try to possess the ball, switch fields, maintain possession in order to preserve this 3-0 win.
As Evangelical Christian, just with actually no shots in the first half. They've come, score wouldn't show it, but they've come to life a little bit in the second half. Just kind of kicking the ball back and forth now at midfield. Here's Jordan Hayes on the attack. Nice defensive play that time by J.J. Claypool. And the ball goes out of bounds. Just under 13 minutes remaining in this ball game. Coming up, we have the 2A championship. That is scheduled at 7:35.
You have a good overlap run here from the right defender, number 17.
And we have, Evangelical Christian's going to get the ball out of there.
From the looks of that last run, it doesn't appear that Tampa Prep is sitting back on this 3-0 win. It looks like they're trying to get another goal.
West Shore from Melbourne against Berkeley Prep. Tampa Prep just trying to get the ball out of the danger zone. Evangelical moving the ball. Oh, there's a nice play. Oh man, that thing, a couple more inches, that thing's in there. So now the Tampa Prep goalie, Guy Petrus. Well, watch as his teammates play the ball in. 11.5 minutes remaining, second half. 2 goals by Jordan Hayes, 1 by Ralph Grauer. Evangelical missing the pass, and it will go out of bounds. So when you're at practice every day, do you just like have scrimmages? The teams?
It just depends on where your team is actually at. Try to mix it up, do some skill work, do some short-sided games, work on their touches, and then finish up with some type of scrimmage.
Here comes the ball in play. That is Duadar will be cut off. Nope, he's going to get right back to the ball.
Again, Tampa Prep still has 4 guys up in the attack here against 4 ECS defenders, so it seems like they're still trying to get that 4th goal.
So when will the players from these teams go into club work? Right away?
Pretty much right away. I would imagine within the next week or 2.
Not much rest for them, huh?
No. They sometimes the high school season's just starting as the club season's finishing up, so most of these guys play year-round.
Now, do you coach at all during the off-season?
No, I take that time off.
Here with the ball, it is Evangelical. As you can see, Berkeley Prep against West Shore. Coming up in the 2A final. I always thought West Shore was kind of an odd name for a team that's on the East Shore. Ball out of bounds once again. Under 10 minutes. Time is definitely running out. Evangelical can see their lifeblood slipping away with every tick of that clock. A little collision on the far side. And Evangelical will play it in. Florida High School Athletic Association with all of the championship matches. Boys soccer tonight. Girls basketball starts on Tuesday. 8 classes this year. Semifinals and finals all to be broadcast. I will be there for part of that.
Some good movement out of the back here by ECS, trying to make a push. Stingy Tampa Prep defense just shutting them down.
They seem to be everywhere around the ball, don't they?
It seems like they have 7 guys attacking, 7 guys on defense.
You better check their roster and see if they're playing by the rules. Tampa Prep. They know the history of their school. They know what they've done in boys soccer before. Clock shows under 9 minutes left. 3-0 Tampa Prep with the lead. Playing in their hometown. Ball at midfield. Evangelical Christian trying to keep it alive. Ball far side, and Tampa Prep will take it over again. Kelvin F. along with Dennis Derflinger, head coach at Freedom High School, whose team was in the finals 3 years ago at the old facility, which will soon be the new facility. What are they doing, repair work over there?
I'm not sure. I think that's what I read, but I don't know the exact reason why we're over here at USF this year.
I know it's just a one-year deal, at least they're thinking it is. They'll move right back to Tampa University. Here's a deflection. As Spiza runs it down. Spiza will kick it out of bounds.
Another corner kick here for Tampa Prep.
7:34 left to play. Couple of first half goals and a second half goal. And what looks to be a very difficult road ahead for Evangelical Christian. Alrighty, so they're going to corner kick it from, actually it's kind of a dark corner over there. There's one little corner on each side actually that the light doesn't reach. Ball kicked right back out of bounds again by ECS. Tell you that next game, West Shore Senior had themselves a fine team last year, but didn't realize their goal. They're going to try and do something tonight. There's a goal attempt, but it flies wide to the right.
Looked like it was off the defender, so we're going to have another corner kick here for Tampa Prep.
Those things are mounting up for him. So what's your best strategy as a coach with a corner kick?
I've tried a couple different things. It just depends on who you have on your team, your roster. We've gone to a zone to kind of prevent guys from coming in. We've tried to mark man, but man marking is pretty difficult.
And they don't get the goal. As you saw, the stat, 11 corner kicks tonight for Tampa Prep. Evangelical moving the ball downfield.
This could be their best opportunity in the last 10 minutes.
Here's Hunter Fox. Got to be quick about it. Gets the pass off. Nope, they're letting the defense set up. A little pushing going on there.
It looked like we had fouls both ways that way.
He pulled me first, sir. Now
ECS with a great opportunity now in front of the goal, looking at about 24 yards out.
Got a feeling that Tampa Prep's Shetty Duodar is going to lose that argument. The guy in the green shirt is going to say, I make the calls here.
Guy in the green is going to win every time.
Yes, he is. You've lost many of an argument.
I've never seen one change his mind yet in 12 years.
All right, here we go. Clock continues to run. We're at the 5-minute mark. Patrick Conrado, and it's going to be wide. He got hit in the leg, or a cramp of some kind.
I think he's cramping. I think he might have been the same player that went down over here near us earlier, and maybe to a knee to the back of the calf, and now it's just starting to cramp up on him.
I have to apologize. I said that was Conrado. It's Andrew Albright. Look at that Hunter Fox number 5. He's about the littlest guy you've seen out there for a while.
It's amazing. Sometimes the little guys are really good.
Hunter Fox with 11 goals on the season. Obviously, he's made his mark. 4 minutes left to play, or at least we're approaching the 4-minute mark. That means Evangelical needs 3 goals in 4 minutes. And they kick it out of bounds. So it looks like Evangelical is going to lose for the 3rd time this year. 21-3 is not too shabby.
No, making it to the state finals is a big accomplishment for any school in the state.
As we have a whistle at midfield. Tampa Prep will play it in 3.5 minutes to go. Every time that Evangelical tries to get something going, the Tampa Prep team is there to mount the defense.
Looks like both teams substituting in, maybe to get some younger players a little bit of experience here at the end.
Well, with 3 minutes to go, 3 minutes plus change, I suppose it's still technically possible to score 3 goals, but from what we've seen from Tampa Prep, it's very unlikely.
Correct, yeah, it's very possible, but not likely this evening.
We're right at the 3:04 mark. Playing the ball in, Jordan Hayes. And some of the seniors are getting their recognition as they come off the field. Ball kicked out of bounds again. Under 3 minutes to go. Well, half of the crowd is going to erupt in just a couple of minutes. Because you guys went right down to the wire in your championship, didn't you?
Correct. We lost 2-1 to Palm Harbor.
Did you get any last shots?
We had a couple good opportunities towards the end. We just couldn't find the back of the net.
Here with the ball, Evangelical. Oh, he overshot his man. As Oscar Scarpy gets in front of that ball. Right now, Tampa Prep is, well, they're on the offense right here. Opportunity to score, and they missed the chance.
Good defensive play, good hustle back. Neither team's given up this night tonight. They're all playing the full 80.
And with the clock under 2 minutes left to go, you can pretty much count this as the Terrapins' 19th win. Actually, record-wise, they would be considered the underdog at 18-4 against 21-2. But that experience plays in. A lot of these guys have been here before.
Great, and again, it comes down to, are you playing quality teams? Taking a loss against a quality team is always not a bad thing.
They lost, we mentioned Sarasota, Jesuit, Berkeley Prep. And the ball's going to be kicked wide as the fan base from Tampa Prep Will Black. I'll have to mention Will Black's name. He is among them. The son of my wife's best friend. He's one of those kids dressed up in weird stuff down there. He's gonna be cheering. In fact, you might see him right here. Let's see. No, that's the other team. And here comes the ball played in with under a minute left.
Both of these schools have a great representation from their student body out here tonight. It's a good thing to see.
Yes, it is. On the way over here from where we live, it's pouring rain. We figured nobody but relatives would be here today. But the weather cleared up somewhat.
Well, they don't call them fanatical for no reason.
Yes, that's true. And I suppose we both did that when we were in high school, no matter undefeated or winless, it doesn't matter.
I remember. Face paint and all basketball games.
Yeah. All righty, we're into the last few seconds. You'll hear them counting it down. As we're under 10. And ladies and gentlemen, your state champions, the Terrapins of Tampa Prep. Coach, final comments on how they played?
Well, it was an outstanding match. Tampa Prep came out. They controlled the momentum of the game. They maintained possession, took the opportunities they were given to put the ball in the back of the net, and that was the difference in tonight's game.
And with the Evangelical team, they had a couple of opportunities, but they never really got into a sync, did they?
It didn't seem like it. It just seemed like they were a step behind tonight. Didn't have the flow going for them in the game. Couldn't maintain possession. But they played hard all the way through, full 80, and that's all you can expect as a coach. Go out there and give your best.
2 goals by Jordan Hayes, 1 by Ralph Grauer, and Tampa Prep has won still another Boys State Soccer Championship, the 1A final. Tampa Prep 3, Evangelical Christian nothing. For Dennis Derflinger, I'm Kelvin F. We'll see you for the 2A championship at about 7:30. Be sure to stay tuned for the presentation of the awards, the medals, and the trophies and all. That is coming up next.
Good stuff. All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
a high roller right there. He just goes to the front. Big step three! Woo! Hey, take your shirt off! Take your shirt off!
Go, Coach, you got any gum?
He couldn't contain his smile, dog. He couldn't contain it, man. You got him.
Rich is going to switch that microphone to T.
Alright, Outback's calling my name. Let's get the board going, alright guys? Was that a good game? Talk about it there. Right in the middle. Yeah. Alright, well, they can't get their word in.
Terrible joke.
Let me introduce Bezza because he sold out. What? How's it feel to be a sellout? Oh, it feels really great. I got a state championship right now. Awesome. Thanks, Bezza. I got a state championship ring, so that makes more noise than any ECS person can make. So how about them Giants? Yeah. No? No? No Giant fan here? Hey, Mahmood! Mahmood! You're MVP! MVP, Mahmood! Yeah! Caleb! Good job! Good job! up here. Pick up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in the POP award ceremony, presenting the individual medallions and team trophies on behalf of the Florida High School Athletic Association is Dale Klaus, the FHSAA Board of Directors.
Y'all just don't pull stuff out here without it.
First, we recognize the players and coaches of the 2012 Class 1A State Runner-Up Team, Evangelical Christian Center. Defensive back, Kurt Levis. Assistant coach, Chris Rybridge. Assistant coach, Santiago Carreno. And head coach, Doug Smith. Class 1A state championship coach.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.